The great truths of the world have been couched in fascinating stories. Dale Carnegie. We all love stories. We're born for them. Stories affirm who we are. A good story crosses barriers of time and space and allows the listeners to connect and relate to the essence of the tale. Whether it is the Ramayana or Mahabharata or the stories of the Panchatantra or 1001 Nights, the message conveyed by a story finds a home in our hearts and our minds. A story then is nothing but data with a soul. Data that is packaged and presented in a way that creates a lasting impression on the listeners. Research shows our brains are far more active when we hear stories. A PowerPoint presentation full of numbers and bullet points activates the language processing center of the brain, where we turn words into meaning. But a well-narrated story activates the language, sensory, visual, and motor areas of the brain. Stories illustrate, illuminate, and inspire. Stories plant ideas and emotions into the listener's brain. Stories make them not only think, but feel as well. Storytelling is the most powerful way to break down resistance and bring down walls. It is the ultimate tool of persuasion. Greek philosopher Aristotle is one of the founding fathers of communication theory. According to him, persuasion occurs when three components are represented: ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos, or credibility. We tend to agree with people whom we respect for their title, experience, achievements, etc. But a presentation based only on this does not guarantee a desired outcome. Logos refers to logic. Information and data can further strengthen your case but still aren't enough to fully persuade your listeners. Pathos is appealing to emotions. When you succeed in connecting with your audience in a deep and meaningful way through a narrative that reaches their hearts and minds, your presentation has the greatest impact. So don't be intimidated to tell a story in the middle of your PowerPoint presentation, even if it is full of data charts and graphs. 3 simple and effective types of stories you can tell during a talk are: stories relating your personal experience, stories relating someone else's experience, and success stories. Every talk or presentation has a central theme or idea. Choose a story that makes it easy for the audience to relate to and connect it to your central theme. When you make your talk more of a conversation than a formal presentation with your audience is more likely to retain and recall more of your message. According to research, to tell a story in a powerfully impactful way, the optimum mix between Aristotle's components of persuasion should be 10% ethos, 25% logos, and a staggering 65% of pathos, or appealing to emotions. So go forth and boldly unleash your inner storyteller and wow your listeners. Tell stories to express your passion for the subject and to connect with your audience. Ideas are the currency of the 21st century, and stories facilitate the exchange of that currency.